Welcome to this episode of Consider It Blacklit. I am Kim, your host, and for those of you tuning in for the first time, Consider It Blacklit highlights films, television programs, and stage plays featuring African Americans up front and behind the scenes. We also discuss social issues as it relates to some of these programs and how they may or may not impact our communities. So thank you for tuning in, and we hope you continue to tune in each week. Today, it is my pleasure to highlight the playwright of Was It Me, Andrea J Fulton. Welcome, Andrea.
Wow, thank you so much for having me, Kim. I really appreciate it. This is
It's our pleasure to have you here. So before we start talking about the play and some of its themes, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you got into playwriting?
Okay. So, I've been a writer really all my life. I started writing plays. I started writing poetry and songs at the age of 8. And I was sort of that go-to person where everybody around me, they knew that I could write. So they'd come to me to write all kinds of things. And so ultimately, I wound up meeting some people in the industry and got behind the scenes, and I realized there was such a paucity of opportunities for people of color, and it really saddened me and made me it gave me the idea that I wanted to make a difference with this if I could. So I got the idea to produce, and I said, well, what will I produce? And I said, well, write something. So, me being a writer, it was really a natural progression to start writing plays and producing them. And then that way I could give people the opportunities, the kinds of opportunities that I hope that they would have.
Oh, awesome. That's amazing. So how did your partnership with the Theater for the New City come about?
Uh-huh. So, what happened when I started writing, when you start doing anything, you start talking about it, and I was very excited about what I was doing, and encountered a friend who said, well, Theater for the New City has this new thing that they're doing where they have a brand new festival of plays, and you should apply to it. And so I did, and apparently they received more than 400 plays, and I was fortunate enough to be selected as one of those.
So your play, Was It Me, is in this festival, and you're coming off the back end of the thick of this whole pandemic shutdown. Theaters were shut down. Talk about some of the challenges that you have in getting your play to where it is right now.
Crystal Field, who is one of the co-founders of Theater for the New City, she has really loved my work all these years, and she's always wanted to have my plays debut there. So when I told her that I had a brand new one that I was working on, she said, Andrea, I got to have it. We got to do it at Theater for the New City. And she actually asked me it was in really the height of the pandemic. And she said, we're not open now, but we hope to be open again, before long. And she asked me when I wanted to do it. So this was last year. I picked this fall. I said, well, hopefully things will be back up and running and okay. And so as it turns out, my show is actually the very first show of this season during the pandemic. So that being said, it's incredible challenges in terms of meeting the mandates where people have to be vaccinated. There's no question. There's no way around it. There's no allowing for some alternative reason that you're not. And Theater for the New City, having been in business now for 50 years, they don't want to take any chances. So it's been very difficult actually meeting the mandate, because within our community especially, there's a lot of reticence about the vaccine, and people are concerned. They're fearful, they're resentful, they're all kinds of things. And because of that, I've literally had to recast from top to bottom 3 times.
Wow.
So, yeah, so the result that people will see if they see the show it will be a result of incredible fortitude, and perseverance. So where the people that are on board right now, they're all vaccinated. And even though they had very little time to prepare, we all were very committed to making it happen. So I'm really excited about being able to move forward and get it done.
Wow. Well, well done. Well done. We applaud you for this accomplishment because, when we see the play, we just see a play, it looks easy breezy. But, I don't think people can appreciate what really goes behind putting all that together. So well
Yeah,
done. Well done.
it's a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Was It Me? You emphasize the significance in embracing mental health and wellness in the Black community. Tell our audience what your perspective is on this topic and why you chose this as a theme for this particular play.
Okay, thank you for that question. Well, I think among our people, among the Black community in particular, and among really all minority communities, people, I think, tend to feel that they have to be strong, they have to be strong, and that if they're not doing what is some common notion of strong, or displaying this incredible superhuman strength, being Superman and Superwoman, then they have a problem, and nobody wants to feel like they have a problem, and that they're not normal, or that they're weak, or that they have something that they can't rise above themselves. So recognizing this being a recurring theme among our people, and among so many minorities, to really feel like they need to be this super person, I just wanted to be able to let them know, hey, it's okay to experience things, and experience all kinds of trauma, just experience life's challenges. And it's okay to get help.
Very, very important message. Now, in the material, I read that Was It Me was based on some actual experiences. What was your process in taking those experiences and putting it in a play? Or how did you decide what experiences to put in the play?
Excellent question. Well, for me, to me, I think a lot of people, when they're writing, there are going to be a lot of things that's based on their own personal experience, whatever is kind of close to them. So yeah, and to me, it takes a lot of bravery to do that, to put some of your personal stuff into it. So I just felt it valuable to do that. And I wanted to include as many things as I thought people could relate to. And also, in a couple of places, there's always going to be some conjecture where you kind of embellish on things. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was adding things that I thought people could relate to. I wanted people to go to the play, and I wanted everyone to find one of the characters that they could identify with, one of the experiences, one of the characters, something. Or whether it's a personal experience of theirs, or maybe someone they know. I just wanted it to strike a familiar chord, so that they could appreciate it and be comfortable with it, and be able to discuss it and share it.
Amazing, amazing. How do you think the attitude in the Black community has evolved over the years when it comes to seeking help with mental health?
So yeah, I think what I love to see is that there is a change. There's a change, not even so much internally from individuals. There's a change externally, where therapy, especially when offered by people of color, is more prevalent. It's more accessible. It's more, you see it advertised now. I think as people in general have become more diversity conscious, especially with all of the things that we've dealt with as people over the last few years, there's more of a commitment to being supportive of various cultures, various challenges, and to ensuring a broader representation in everything. So, I think therapy has benefited from that. The clinical world has benefited from that, just as just about everything in our life has benefited from a commitment to diversity and a commitment to supporting the underserved.
Now, you held talkbacks after several of the productions. Tell us why it was important for you to have these talkbacks after people saw the play Was It Me?
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to do that just sort of as a bonus, to give people another way to really connect with the play out loud, so that they would have a way, if they wanted, to help process some of the information that they saw, and then to know maybe where to go, or just be further encouraged to get help. If it is help that they sought, or just really to further underscore the importance of support.
Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about some of the people who were actually on the panel, like the psychologist you had and the people from the church who do counseling in the church? Yeah. So they get a sense of who actually was there.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, it was moderated by John David West. John David West is an incredible gentleman that I had worked with in the past when I did a virtual play at Theater for the New City. He moderated and managed and directed their TNC on the Air programming, which was their virtual programming. So I called him up. I said, "Hey, I need you to help with this. Be the one, be that journalist. Be the one to come and ask the questions and help draw the audience in and get their questions answered." So it started with him. And then I had Senior Pastor Rosemary Bland Garnett. She has been a pastor for 38 years in the Black community. And I've been to her church. She's incredible. And then I had Danielle Fairborn Bland and Russell Bland. Danielle and Russell are both clinical psychologists and therapists. And in addition, Russell is also a pastor himself. So we got a twofer in his case. And then we had James Holmes. James Holmes is a professional. He's a they all are. All of the ones who are clinical therapists are licensed social workers. And the faith-based people are all licensed ministers. And then there's also Lynette Shelbourne Barfield. She is a licensed minister and an evangelist. And she's an incredible woman. All of these people are really, really incredibly powerful in their fields, and just wanted to do their part and make a difference. And they did. And they're returning as well. So it's exciting.
That's great. That's great. Because I like the fact that you have these professionals and these people from the church, they're available, because you never know who's going to see them, who may be touched by them. And then you bring help like front and center. So if somebody wanted to take that step to get help, it's right there. So good job. Good job. Great job. Let's talk about the director, Kimbali Craig. Am I pronouncing her name correctly? Yes. How did she become involved with the project?
Kimbali Craig. Oh my God. She is a dynamo. She is an extremely dynamic and very broad experience and very broadly talented woman. She herself has written things. She's directed several times, and she's a very seasoned actress. She's done improv, she's done multimedia, she's done so many things. And I knew that she would be a great asset. It's not too many people that can act in a lead role and direct at the same time. And that's what she's doing in this work.
Tell us about some of the other actors that you had participating in the play.
Okay, Thank you. So yeah, there's Leanne Awa. She's new to our team. I had never worked with her before, but I was so happy that I did. She played young Margot. She played the younger version of Margot, which is the role that Kimberly Craig played. So she played that younger version. She's doing an excellent job. So there's Lai Yi Feng. She played the therapist. There's Matthew C. Harling. He played young Gabe. He's doing a bang up job. He was recommended to me, and he's excelling. There's Arnold C. Baker. He played the older version of that same character, Gabe. He's doing a bang up job. He's playing side by side with Kimbali, sort of as their brother and sister, siblings, impassioned siblings. He's doing a good job. There's Riyadh Rollins. Riyadh Rollins was recommended to me. He's playing young Eddie. He's doing a bang up job. He was recommended by Victor Vauban Jr., who is a colleague and friend of mine who's also a playwright. He had done things with him. He's just really killing it. He really is. And then there's Antoine in Lewis. Antoine acted in another production that I had. So I just loved the way that he approached things, and he's doing a phenomenal job. So this is the team that we have. I love bringing people back. I sort of promote from within whenever I can. So that's why I brought him back to prove to him, hey, you do a good job one time. I'm sure you'll do it again, and please do. So that's who we have. Let me just take a minute. Do you mind if I also mention the designers on the team?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mentioned them. And first of all, let me give a shout out to Michael Green. Michael Green was the dramaturg on this project. And so I'm very, very fortunate to have him. He was able to, take something that we all had faith in and help me fine tune it to get it really where it needed to be. So my hat goes off to him. He did a stupendous job. Then obviously Kimbali is the director. I'm very proud and honored to have her. We have Melissa Diaz as the stage manager. She has done many, many things with us over the years. There's Litza Cologne and Mark Mercante. They are the resident set design and set building and set dressing team at Theater for the New City. They managed to create a set that had 5 different settings in it, which is not an easy feat. There was Ken Coughlin, who did both lighting and sound. Another magic man. Anybody that is able to do lighting design and sound design is quite a prize. And then finally, last but never least, there's Kathy Roberson. Kathy Roberson did the costume design. And as always, she came through and did a bang up job.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job. I think it's important that, like I said, when you go see a play, you see the play, you get up, you leave, and it seems easy breezy, but there's a lot of things that go into it. And there's a lot of people who contribute to the success of it. So I'm glad you were able to share that information with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I figure that's the least I can do. They worked very, very hard, very hard.
Yeah. So this is not your first play addressing mental illness. Tell us about your play, A Punk or a Gentleman.
Wow. Yeah, that play, I love that play because it achieved so much, and it did it with humor. It's a dark comedy. A dark comedy is a comedy that takes a serious topic and finds a way to make light of it, which is a dark comedy is the hardest thing to write. So I'm incredibly proud of it because we managed to take a topic, which is in that case domestic abuse, when the subject of that abuse is a man. So we looked at that and made fun of it, and went on the journey with Darren. Darren is the main character. It was played by Alan Craig Harris, who he was just incredible in that production. And yeah, so we were able to go into the world of a person in that kind of predicament. and kind of explore how that could happen, why that could happen, what it could mean, what it could, result in, and how we all can be a part of it, for better or for worse. So that's what that was about.
Okay, I want to see that one too. So you're gonna have to bring that one back around.
I would love to bring it back. I will bring it back.
Okay, so I read that you are an Adelco Award winner. You want to tell us what you won the award for? Because that's a very prestigious award.
Well, my plays were the subject of 6 Adelco Award nominations.
Mhm.
4 of the awards, it was for Best Director, Best Ensemble Cast, Best Choreography, and Best Sound Design. And we actually, we won for sound design and we won for choreography. And yeah, this was in Ugly as a Hard Pill. So yeah, so oh my God, that is a favorite. So yeah, so we won for sound design with that, and we also won for best choreography. And then later, we did a production of Two Trains Running by August Wilson. And for that, we won best costume design. So yeah, so those are the categories and those are the
Oh,
plays.
awesome.
Yeah, so we're hoping that we could be nominated for something with this one. And we may be lucky enough to sweep. Who knows? We may impress people across the board. That's what we're hoping.
Let me tell you, put it out there, it's
That's
a
right.
reality.
That's right.
Tell our audience about your organization, Anderson and Burt Kate Fulton Foundation.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, that's an organization that I started basically it's in honor of my parents, Anderson and Bertha Cade, and it's named after them. And it's basically to support mature adults who later in life want to pursue one of the many things involved in stage productions, whether it's in front on stage or something behind the scenes. We support people in learning various crafts and then put them in a production and give them a way to practice what they've learned. We work with people, we work with veterans, and we work also with aspiring people. So yeah, what I found is that it's older people, more mature people that seem to be very, very committed to finally exercising these dreams. Sometimes young people, there's a lot of support out there for youth, but what I found is that sometimes young people can be very fickle. They're still kind of exploring and trying to figure out what they want to do. But it's the mature adult who has sometimes been yearning their entire lives to pursue things, but have put those dreams on a back burner in honor of other priorities, whether it's work, whether it's raising children, supporting a husband or marriage, or, whatever it is, helping to raise grandchildren, all kinds of things, people find themselves in the middle of and wanting to do and help with. And in the meantime, they've put their own dreams on a back burner. So we help them realize those dreams. Like I said, whether it's entering the business for the first time or returning to it, we're there for them.
Wow. If somebody wanted to learn more about the organization or support the organization, how could they find you?
Mm-hmm. They can go to our website, which is abcfulton.org, abcfulton.org, or they can write me at abcfultonorg@gmail.com. They could call me 718-812-4252 and text me, whatever. We're here. We will prove to be there for those who are really serious about exploring, all the kinds of opportunities involved in doing a stage production.
Wow, that's amazing work. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people interested in doing that. Yeah. So what's next for Andrea, what's your next project? You seem like you have your hands in a lot of different things.
I do. You know, for me, I just love making a difference. I just love making a difference on the stage, behind the scenes, and in the audience. You know, with all of the people involved to produce the work, and with the people there to see it and experience it. So, you know, my very first play, One Drop, I recently got in. It looks like just maybe is going to become a movie, you know, which I'm thrilled about. So there's the possibility of that. I'm also working on the songs. I wrote, there are 9 original songs that appear in One Drop. So someone just recently offered to help me create an album to, you know, produce all of the songs from that play. And also, not only do I want to work on, like you said, mounting some of the things I've already done, of course, I gotta do something new as well. So yeah, so I have my hands in all that. The bottom line is making a difference, and one way or another, by gosh, we're gonna do it.
Well, I'm sure you will. You're a busy lady and you're determined.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me today. We're running out of time, but thank you so much. And I want to tell the audience, make sure you check out Andrea's Foundation. Could you repeat where they can find it again?
Sure. You know, one thing that's easy to remember is my old-fashioned email address. It's one right answer, ONERIGHTANSWER @AOL.com. Yes, AOL.com. So if you write me there, you will absolutely find me. Call me, 718-812-4252. Call me. And
I hope you have a screener for that.
I'm not worried. You know,
okay.
I'm in good shape. You put good vibes out, you always get good stuff back. So, so yeah, I feel good about that. I'm confident about that. I'm happy to help. And that's it. Yeah, build my circle, you know, of people that help me, and I can help more people, you know.
Great, great. Well, thank you, Andrea, for joining us. And audience, that's our time for today. And until next week, consider yourself Blacklit.